Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. The African Stay tuned. Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Greetings and salutations, Master David and Robinson, all the way in Switzerland.
Every Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The Pan-African Bliss Show. Let's go.
Hold on, let's just say you're on your way. When you're just under my head, let's just say now you'll be back and all the procedure. Come to my place, I'm so far. Oh, baby, too far gone. So tell me, let's just see how you want me back and all the procedure. Trying to come to my place, I'm so far. Oh, baby, too far gone. So tell me, cause I'm up now. So let's make sure now that you can see the love from everyone. Tell me how you can. My people, karibuni sana. Shout out to you. Karibuni sana to all the TikTok people, all the Black Hot Fan Network subscribers right here on YouTube and also on Facebook. All the people who have our Black Hot Fan Network app. Karibuni sana. Happy 2024, baby. How are you feeling, Mama Nia? I feel like a present. If you're not feeling it, manzeti. What you really waiting for? Because this is the year of winning. This year feels like money. This year feels like success. And this year just feels like way. We got Tomato, shout to Nebuchadnezzar, shout to Karibuni sana, shout to Il Skills, Karibu sana, nice to see you. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. I see you saying that I should play your jam. Kindly pin the name of your jam right there, Noneka Cheza, before I get into the session, because this is not a musical show. We just had a musical show for the past 4 hours from 8 a.m. till 12 midday. And of course, that was by Shumani and Katie. I hope you guys got to request all the jams you wanted. Family, karibuni sana. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy New Year to all our amazing listeners. Hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope you celebrated your New Year with your amazing family and friends, and I hope you're literally ready for this amazing one. It feels like nothing but just present, a present. It's like we've been given a present that we're supposed to be just unwrapping, and this by us living it, and doing it. No more kusema, no more kuishi, like, ntafanya kesho. Stop fast forwarding things to do tomorrow, other things you're supposed to do today, saying that I'm gonna do them tomorrow. It's the year of literally just accomplishing everything. That's how it feels for me. But karibuni sana, once again, we are back in the studio, and of course, this is the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby. To all the amazing first-time listeners, and of course, to all our amazing returning subscribers. Shout out to you, those who are with us on Facebook, on YouTube, listening to me on the radio station, and of course, those who are also live with me on TikTok and on Rumble. Karibuni sana once again. I hope you guys are doing great and happy 2024 again. Personally, Nico, so excited Sadanganya. I'm just really, I can't wait to just live and do everything I've been literally. I can't just wait to fulfill everything. But karibuni sana, and of course, it being the Pan-African Bliss Show, today we shall be discussing, of course, political matters, oriented matters, dealing with politics. We shall be talking about what conspired during the weekend, and of course, this is coming from Mali. Where we have the UN peacekeepers, where the mission has finally come to an end. We want to discuss this because last year, before the closing up of the year, we did talk about where we had Burkina Faso, and we saw that in Burkina Faso and also in DRC Congo, where we had the UN peacekeeping mission, the missionaries, or whatever they call themselves, the group itself, withdrawing from these countries. And this is actually amazing. Last year, we had literally majority of the countries or majority of the UN peacekeeping missions or missionaries, whatever they come to do in Africa, withdrawing for so many countries. I also saw in DRC Congo during the election, and I remember I discussed this and I was so hard on it. Why did they have to wait till the time of elections? What is it that they were so scared? Well, we've had the people saying that these people, and they understand that the UN peacekeepers have not been there protecting, not trying to make the situation even way better. Instead, they've been there raping the women, stealing resources. We saw the UN truck leaving a amount of gold that was last year from Congo, and a lot of crisis that is happening, especially when it comes to the African people. We'll be talking about that and much more. I'll be sharing a couple of videos also, but I'll be coming back with something super, super amazing. We keep on talking about how we have different type of bushmeats, and there's this video I bumped into from Nigeria. I didn't know actually also in Nigeria they do eat bushmeat. I know of Ghana, but I'm not surprised because these countries are neighboring countries, and cultures and traditionals are almost all kind of the same. So I'm not shocked, but I'll be sharing this with you, especially for those who are with me on YouTube. I bet you guys are about to learn something different. We've been talking about where in America we have people eating the cocoa. It's called the cocoa. We have the possum. We have a lot of bushmeat that just don't make sense. But in Nigeria, they are eating snakes. These people, they are eating rats. These people are eating all types of bushmeat. I'll be sharing that. But of course, karibuni sana once again. I'll be winding up with your jam the end of the show, skills record. So because you cannot have to download our file with me till the end of the show. We shall stick till the end of the show. But back to the music. This is the one and only Siwa Saida Semano and Skilo. I'll be coming back with the quote of the day. And of course, as it starts with the 2024 news and updates and what is happening politically. So stay tuned. Imagine I also don't Simon Justice. Karibu sana, nice to see you. I see you saying that I don't advocate eating any animal. I also do not actually advocate. I do not. A couple weeks ago, last year, because in the new year, I did share some few articles regarding what people are eating in parts of Somali, in parts of South Africa, where we have people actually eating worms. We're talking about worms, and in some parts of Uganda where we have people actually eating burger, mosquito burgers, and all types of animals. It's just super crazy, man. Let me try get the article and I'll be reading and rather taking you guys through as we connect with the one from Nigeria.
Ndaulio sio kibanda sana itafikiwa, tumia usifuati baraka itafikiwa, singanga na roga honest kitasiwa, nimelalika mtaro na mwanzo Alejandro nasikia unaamua kwanza simu hiyo jinga unataka singi pesa itakoni ukifika simu. Yes, and
I remember before we winded up the year, I said that as you're walking into this new year, kindly let go of things that have not been serving you, especially when it comes to your energy. Let go of all of them. Learn to literally do the things you've been, postponing. If you want to open a business today and you're like, I'm not ready, let go of the fear. Because I believe the majority of us are scared to execute a lot of things because of the fear of failing, the fear of the unknown. But let me tell you, starting something, execute. Once you just start, let me tell you, the rest will always flow. And that is me. That is me this year. Okay, that is me. I've been postponing a lot, and I just can't wait to walk through with 2024 and the months. But of course, my quote of the day is very motivative. I want a challenge to all the listeners, all my amazing listeners from Facebook, on YouTube, on the radio station, on Rumble, on TikTok. I hope you take this with so much positivity. Give yourself 6 months. Take care of your body, your mind, your soul. Give yourself 6 months to get into the habit of practicing radical self-care, self-love. Delete all apps, block the numbers. Let me tell you, I'm that person. I deleted all the numbers. If it's been a year we've not spoken, why are you on my contact list? I'm here. I can't even borrow you money because we don't even have a connection. Or I can't even tell you, like, hey, can we hang out because we don't have a connection? Baby, bye. No more of that, okay? No more. Delete the apps, block the numbers, wake up early, get dressed up, even though you are not going anywhere. Eat healthier, journal. I've been talking about journaling a lot, which literally helps you spiritually and you yourself getting to understand who you are and a lot of things about yourself. Have a spa day, exercise, and this is your only life. Do what you can to love and enjoy the aspect of it. No more waiting. Be the person you've always wanted to be. This will not be like the other times. This is the time where you need to change and things will change. You will stick to habits and you will see the results. I believe in you. That is me to you and me to me myself. I believe in myself. I want to go hard this year. Like, no excuse. No more excuses. That is just my quote of the day. I hope you reciprocate something positive in case you have a quote to share. I'd really, really appreciate it. But it is exactly 5 minutes to 1 p.m. right here in the 254. I don't know the time to all my diaspora listeners. I hope you guys are doing great. And of course, karibuni sana once again. I see Simon Justice says, I do not advocate eating any animals. I agree with you. And also says, Skills Record says, asante sana. Of course, stick till the end of the show. Rather, which is a Rudy, but I'll be playing your down before rather we get to wind up. And also see you're saying that we should not eat animals. They have souls like us. But we shouldn't. It's not actually advisable spiritually to be eating any types of animals that have blood. This is actually very well known. But due to, I don't know what's literally, I don't know. Africans, I don't know where we lost it, but we're not supposed to be consuming any animal that's, removes blood. But I also see Skills Record, you're saying that Siani Iongoma ni deadly sana. Kabisa manze, one of my favorites, and of course, wakadinali to the world. And just saying, someone justice is saying that I don't believe in any religion, but rather integrity. Why slaughter an innocent animal? Well, I love chicken personally, sana. I love chicken so much. So if it's me to be accused, I'll be number one among them because I'm always eating meat every goddamn time. And also see you saying that the moment you stop religion is when you notice how great you are. I do agree with you. And Africans need to actually come back to all these senses because we've lost a lot of eating because of what we follow, what we found there. We've lost a lot of ways of living because of what we've grown up knowing. Like we've gone with the trend. Nobody ever gets to question what is right, what is wrong. But of course, we get to this quickly. I found this and I had to share it during the weekend. And I said to my Black Hot Fire family, they must see this, okay? We must learn together. We must be surprised because every time it's getting here of what people are eating, and it comes to the bush, shall be clean. Give me your thing. Okay, I see my internet is kind of lagging behind. Let me be on the same page with the people on StreamYard. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Should be able to reflect.
This ain't slow.
People come to Oluo Market, come and have your different type of bushmeat here.
Grass cutters, antelopes, porcupines, tortoise, monitor lizard, eating. This market, Oluo Market, right here in Epe, Lagos State, Nigeria, is the right market for you. They sell all kind of animals. So come on, let's go hunt. So what kind of bushmeat do you have left now? Because I see the table is almost empty.
Only grass cutter and deer, but we do have various ones, but it's only grass cutter and deer that is left now. So that are different ones.
I've never in my whole life, my whole 25 years, I've never had anyone who has eaten tortoise. Never. I mean, so far I know of the bushmeat of the rat-looking type of bushmeat, which is commonly, we should just assume it's commonly eaten by the people in West Africa. I don't know, but that is what it seems like. It looks like a West Africa type of a thing, you know. These are norm in the western parts of Africa. These like a norm. I don't know, but I've never had anyone. And it's okay. It's an open field. Kindly feel free to comment if you are on Facebook, on the radio station, on Rumble. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Have you ever had anyone eating snake? I mean, snakes, live along the Chinese. We're talking about us African people. This is crazy. This is crazy.
We also have
Snake.
Yes.
So people really buy it.
Flesh is game. So people really like the flesh.
You personally, which one is your favorite meat? Which animal?
It's porcupine that is my favorite.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like chicken.
Never. There's no a porcupine can taste like chicken. That is a lie. Okay? Any of that. I don't believe in a porcupine tasting like a chicken. This is the amount of poverty that is in Nigeria, especially or one of the western parts of Africa, that is causing African people to rely on this kind of, because these are business. Apart from this being a culture that people have normalized, these are business where people have to go hunting, look for porcupines, tortoise, snakes. Do you know how dangerous that is? I mean, the confidence in you, baby. The confidence you have to hunt a snake. And the shell, I'm trying to imagine what is it in a tortoise, apart from you chopping the legs off and what is left there? Because the only thing heavy with that tortoise, because I've captured a tortoise personally, and I remember I used to play with tortoise so much when I was young. It was fun, poking them to return the head inside and out. That was dope. And when you carry it, it kind of has a weight, but only because of the shell. So what type of meat is left inside there, apart from the intestines? This is just super crazy. I want to understand, especially if only we had Nigerians in the building. I'd really love to know, is it the amount of poverty that is in the country or the western parts of Africa that is causing people to normalize these kind of things? Because I remember I did much research, if you guys can remember, and I presented it a few weeks ago, where we had, after learning where we have people eating the mopane worms, all these types of worms, I went further and dug where in South Africa, this is a culture actually. They normalize this, they embrace this. It's a norm. But there's nowhere in history, when I try, I also found what I know about the African history, where we used to hunt animals like this, especially these types of animals, and eat them. So is it poverty that is making people normalize this, or what is going on? Because this is actually supposed to be raising an alarm. What are we putting in our body? And how do you expect to raise your vibrations? That's actually where you question. How do we expect as Africans to raise our vibration when we're eating actually what is not even correct? Because you remember me talking about the melanin, or us talking about the melanin last week. We were told by that young man who's called the melanin teacher, they call him like that, explaining how right now it is so hard for us to raise our vibration, or how it is important to take care of our body because, and checking what we consume, being careful of what we consume. So what are you talking about now? The western parts of Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, and all you can mention, eating snakes, porcupines, tortoise. Aye, this is crazy. This is crazy. It is outside, kid. That's where the buzzing sound is coming from. Antelope. So you talk about antelopes, for me, that's it looks like poaching. That is poaching of animals. Like literally, they're promoting and encouraging poaching of animals. If you talk about now people where they're gonna, because I've seen actually this actually in Kenya where people eat hippopotamus meat. I don't know where in the world, but I've never and would never want to try it. A whole hippopotamus meat. I don't want to try that. I want to try that. These people are even eating monkeys. Hey, god damn. And they're saying, this is what it says, the article. For many Africans, bushmeat is an essential part of their diet, and some would argue far superior to their industrial farmed livestock popular around the world. Whether it is crocodile, monitor lizard, porcupine, grass cutter, monkey, snakes, or pelagian. I don't know pelagian what that is. It can transform your ordinary jollof rice into a prized delicacy. Don't even try with the jollof rice. So I ate that yesterday. And it was well served with chicken, not with this kind of bushmeat. This is just super crazy. But I do agree with you, because Keith, if you see, it is poverty that is promoting this Western African countries to live this kind of lifestyle and normalize this. It is poverty, because again, understand not only is it a culture, tradition and culture, and not just actually in the western part of Africa, because in Kenya, for us, I remember the only bushmeat we used to go after was porcupine is dangerous. Nobody wants to be around a porcupine. What we need to go afterwards, it's called kanga. I don't know how many of you right here from the 254 know kanga. Like ikona madoa flani too. It's kind of nice. And we used to also hunt birds, because me, I used to be a very good shooter of birds. So we used to hunt birds, roast them, and have them like a delicacy, you know, just having some snacks. But this, nah. The presidents of these countries need to be questioned. Not to jest, I see you saying that it's just you never grew up eating them. Well, true, but do you think this is supposed to be a norm? Are you from Nigeria, Jesse? I'd really love to understand. And of course, Karibu, shout out to you once. I also see you. Which part of Africa are you from, Jesse? And which type of bushmeats have you had? And do you think it's okay as Africans normalizing this kind of lifestyle? Because this becoming a norm. Just like what the young brother said actually earlier here, Simon Justice, we're not supposed to be eating. He doesn't advocate eating of animals, and we should not be eating animals because they also have souls. I'm not sure of how many animals have souls, but we're not supposed to be eating animals. Majority of the food we eat has messed up our pineal glands, our vibrations, our melanin, us being melanated. We're not like these white people. We're not supposed to be normalizing this. What? A very it's funny. I course the skin is gonna be more expensive. The skin is gonna be used for various things. You can use it for jewelries, you can use it to make handbags, you can use it to make I think you can come up with different type of shoes. It depends how simple or the kind of design you want, because I've seen where we have shoes, skinned shoes, like goat type, you know, cow type, sheep type, you know, and you get the wool from it and all that. It's crazy. I think people are so miseducated. This is just miseducation. And pardon me if I'm wrong, because it's an open chat and you're allowed to pin your comments on the comment section. Make me understand. Don't you? These guys have just been questioned. Why would you tell people who do not eat bushmeat that we don't know anything? I think like you're the one who doesn't know anything. We're so miseducated when we don't even know what is right and so wrong. This is so crazy, let me tell you. I had to share this, and this was interesting to watch. How do you eat an animal that eats humans? That doesn't make sense. Literally, it's building up its body from a human's flesh. This animal it's growing and feeding off human's flesh. And oh my God, we're so lost. This is crazy. No. This is just so crazy. I don't want no Nigerian. I don't want no Ghanaian. I'm so sorry. You guys have to fix your culture. You cannot be eating all this kind of bush meat and you think your culture is okay. Something is wrong in the head. Shout out to you, Manny. Shout out to you, Clara. You guys let me know. Have you grown up eating bushmeat, and which country in Africa are you in? In Nigeria, they're eating porcupine, monkeys, grass cutter, monitor lizard, call it an alligator, however you want to call it, a crocodile, snakes, and all types of animals. And they say it's well served with jollof rice. No way. I'm not eating no jollof rice from no Western person. Pardon me. Hell no. What do you Yasin? See, kids, it says exactly represent Joby. It is ignorance of the highest level. And poverty on it. Plus poverty. Ignorance plus poverty. That is what Africans as a whole, where we are, not literally everyone, but majority of us, this is our mindset. Nobody wants to question what kind of culture is this where you're normalizing poaching animal. We're first encouraging poaching of animals, which I've also seen Samia Suluhu doing right now in Tanzania. We're having white people coming and killing crocodiles and taking them with them. What are they going to do with these animals? Apart from the skin, which you know they're benefiting a lot, we already know that. You can come up with very expensive accessories or jewelry, a lot, from the animal's skin. But far from that, far from just study. What is it behind this? We had Kenya also transporting monkeys. I know it was to where some time back. Then the deal came to an end. I think that was last year. No, last year, but 2022. This is insane. This is where we heard Buhari saying he has left the country in its best state, where people are eating bushmeat. While they go to Dubai and have steak meat and all that type of meat, you know. No. In Africa, annually. So many of their countries, apart from just West Africa, like I said, I know of Kenya. I don't know about Tanzania. I never saw any type of weird-looking animals being sold in the streets. In Uganda, I'd ask Maria and Setu. They were the ones to take me through I'd literally ask Maria about it. But I remember the only shocking thing they spoke of was, can I remember? Grasshoppers. They eat grasshoppers. And mosquito burgers. That is in Uganda. Mosquito burgers. I mean, look at what Africa is normalizing. We're in a new year, my fellow people. And trust me, we're about to go through the same cycle of always complaining, whining, and nobody's ever going to literally take actions of demanding a change, like what Niger and Burkina Faso did. And Mali. People are tired. This is what you see Ibrahim Traoré and the rest of the juntas who are leading now these three countries, the three Western African countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, and them educating their children as early as now. letting them know this lifestyle you've been given is a fake one. Because it is. I mean, look at, what is this? This is crazy. I want to sit with a bunch of Nigerians and have a conversation at this point. I want to understand what is wrong with your country. What you portray what Burna Boy portrays about Nigeria, it's not what we see right now. It's not even politically oriented. It doesn't even talk politics anymore. Come on. They have to keep on relying on this kind of income. The government has literally denied them doing this kind of business because it is illegal, and it should be illegal, strictly taken illegal. You cannot have people feeding on snakes, on tortoise, on lizards, on cocoa. You call them cocoa, on possum, and this is not supposed to be the lifestyle of African people. You cannot be in a rich, wealthy country, the biggest oil production, and you're suffering. Africans, I don't know, man. This year being the year of revealing, this being a leap year, this being a year of changes, Africans, it's a high time. I don't know, but you're supposed to be going crazy. Enough of the demonstration. We need revolution. This is so disrespect. This is so disgusting. This is so disgusting. Trust me. I'm not even proud. As much as I share this, I'm not proud of what I'm seeing. This is so disgusting. At a very high level. You imagine now white people, apart from this being their culture, they are now watching Africans, due to the poverty they have caused in the continent, they're watching Africans eat wild animals and all types of bushmeat because they cannot afford the proper food they're supposed to be eating. This is what white people are literally making money off on YouTube. This is what poverty porn looks like. This is clearly poverty porn being displayed and being shown. And it's crazy. We have our people. I'm so sorry, my fellow brothers from Nigeria, from Ghana, wherever you are in the West, and this is literally the culture you practice. I'm so sorry, but something is wrong with you guys. I hope this generation being born is able and is going to be able to make a change and demand a change from these cultures. Something needs to be changed. We cannot literally keep on growing, allowing our children. You give birth. You grew up in lies. You want to feed your children lies, the same thing that you're literally trying to fight right now. You want to feed your children the same lies? Or Jesus is living where? Jesus is coming where? Because it starts with religion. Or Africans are meant to be poor. We only find survival in America. Where? Since who said so? That is what Ibrahim Traoré was trying to teach the children in Burkina Faso. You need to escape the mentality of thinking you are in a poor continent. We need to. You are very blessed. You have amount of wealth. I was talking about that was on Friday, we discussed and went through one of the biggest agendas that was spoken, or one of the biggest discussions that we had on the table in 2023. And one of them is actually agriculture and food, which is what we're talking about right now. How have we lost control of our own farming? Which I questioned again. How have we lost control of our production of food? How did we end up here? How did we end up here where people now have to do illegal businesses of selling snakes, tortoise. Again, I'm talking about where this is the encouragement of poaching. And as much as they're saying that the government is fighting this, no, it's not. It is not. That is just yapping. There's nothing Tinubu or Buhari that they have done for the last 15 years that they have been on seat. There's nothing Buhari did. Yes, it is illegal, but still people are practicing it. Why are they practicing it? If it is illegal, allow food to circulate. Allow people to practice farming. Chase away all this illegal importation of rice, which I was to talk about some time back. I think I did. The rice production in Nigeria, where majority of them are fighting so hard, the government, because it is allowing illegal importation of rice, cheap rice. And we're talking about GMO rice. Didn't we have it right here in Kenya? If you didn't notice, you ate a lot of it, my friend. A lot. Or the fish as well. If you didn't notice the plastic fish, or you ate a lot of them. And it is so rare. It is so real to the point you won't notice which is the GMO and the real one. But if you've eaten literally the original food, the organic food, you know the difference. You'll know the difference. You'll tell there's something wrong with this fish and this one. Now we have not even genetically modified, we have genetically modified eggs and all types of foods. And apparently Africans were accepting this because of the poverty porn being sold to the rest of the world. And this is why they're literally finding ways of killing us, because we need help. This is that is what it is. Crazy. Disgusting. None of them. I'll not be trying anything, young lady. I'm so sorry, but thank you for the presentation. It is good to let the rest of the world understand. If you want to go invest in Nigeria, in Ghana, in the western parts of Africa, know what to expect. If you go to the market and you see bushmeat like tortoise, snakes, possum, porcupine, don't be surprised though. Okay? This is a normal. In the western parts of Africa, my friend, be very warned. Yeah? Be very warned. Because I remember there's a brother who was saying I remember that was last week. He goes by the name Yamchaz, if I'm not wrong. Shout out to him, wherever he is from TikTok. I remember last week he said he wants to go invest in Nigeria. I don't know, man. So far, with the information I know about Nigeria, I don't think I'd advise majority, or especially the Black Americans who are looking forward to come back to Africa. And I'm not saying all parts of Nigeria are messed up or all parts of Western Africa are messed up, but you need to do proper research because, one, there's amounts of poverty in there. I think I'll talk about 70% of poverty. Let me just, I don't know. This is me Google, not the Google itself. But 70%, where majority of the people are living in poverty. There's thefts coming. There's a lot going on in these countries. Corruption at the highest level. So be very careful to all my people, to all the Black Americans who are looking forward to go to these countries. Yeah, that is what you're gonna be meeting. That was some good information over there. I hope you guys have enjoyed taking 44 minutes of my time, but I really had to share that because these are some of the discussions, and I'm sure day by day and throughout this year of 2024, these are some of the things we're going to be talking about again. Shout out to you and Henhover, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you so much for following the host. And also see Kid says that it is through colonization. It is, but do you want to say, I want to understand this. Do you want to say that the white people came to the West when we were being colonized, when we had the invasion of the white people? Do you want to say that most of the cultures we're practicing also right now is what we saw them do and now we live in them? I want to understand that, Kid, kindly. And to the people also on Facebook, on YouTube. And also for you, Hanover, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, let me know which country are you listening to me from? And have you seen cultures and traditions where we have African people eating bushmeat? I'm talking about snakes. I'm talking about tortoise. I'm talking about porcupine. What have you seen that is not a norm, because this is not a norm. This is what poverty and poor leadership has done. Poor leadership. Blame it all on poor leadership. Blame it all on claiming we have independence. Blame it all on us depending on the West for everything. Blame it all on us having deals signed by our very dear own leaders who are sellouts. And they live by saying that I've lived my best. I've left the best that there's ever been. This is such a shame. This is so shameful. This is so disgusting. Coming from Nigeria, personally, I'm ashamed. I'm not from the country, but me being African, this is disgusting and so ashamed. Crazy, man. But moving on swiftly, as we get closer to the main topic of the day, DRC Congo held its election. That was on 20th of December last year. And of course, the results are out. I think we had 25 presidential candidates who are vying for the president seat. I think there are 25, if I'm not wrong. 25 of them. Let me see, how many did we have? In Angola, I see we have 75, because Angola, I think, is also supposed to be holding its election very soon. But yeah, let me see, how many presidential candidates did Congo have? Let me see. How many presidential candidates did Congo have? DRC Congo. I have to say DRC Congo. All right. Okay. We had how many? Well, I can't see the number, but I can remember it was, I think, 25, if I'm not wrong. In Angola, they have 75. I'll be taking you through news and updates of Angola soon once we have what is happening. And you also see Keith saying that you are put in poverty. Yeah, but I want to, you didn't answer the question, Keith. You answered indirectly. I understand that. And that's what I'm saying. I understand the fact, the fact and the part where this promoted because of poverty, where people are looking for means of paying bills, means of living, means of paying school fees, means of paying rent, means of paying 1, 2, 3 things and literally just sustaining an income. I understand that part. But the part I'm not getting is how did Africa get to this? That's my number one question. Shout out to you, D Queen. My number one question is, how did Africa get into, how did we end up in this ditch? I understand the poverty part, but the practicing of eating this kind of animals we see, because I think this is the third information I'm bringing about where we have different types of weird food being consumed by Africans. So I want to know, since majority of the cultures we have, all these were imposed and forced. Should I say forced or left behind by the white man? Majority, actually, because if you talk about religion, these are white man's doing. Miseducation, these are white man's doing. A lot like bleaching, which we are speaking about, which is also melanin oriented. These are white man's culture. But I want to get when these people came to Africa, since they found us living good and we were blessed with mounts of wealth, like what they describe when they speak about Mansa Musa, leading to bankruptcy and, spreading gold and all that. Now to the food center, what did these people come to Africa and they were eating snakes, and we saw this was also, it's called survival. I do get that, but something is missing. There's a context missing in that whole survival part. Because what? I'd rather die drinking water. I'm not eating none of this. I'd rather die drinking water, and I can survive drinking water as well, but I'd rather die drinking water if that is what hunger is going to lead me to. What? I'm not taking no porcupine. No way. Hell no. But anyway, to Congo. So we had DRC Congo holding its election that was on 20th of December. And of course, we had so many opponents who are vying for the presidential seats, or rather the candidates. And of course, Tshisekedi, we had already been highlighted that he was the leading, and he has walked away with a trophy of the presidential seat. And they're saying that President Felix Tshisekedi has been declared the winner of Democratic Republic of Congo elections, which has been condemned as a sham by several opposition candidates demanding a rerun. The president won about 73% of the vote, with his nearest challenger, Moise Katumbi, on 18%. Officials gave the information. The 20th of December elections was marred by widespread logistic problems, and it had to be extended to a second day in some parts of the vast country. About 2/3 of polling stations opened late, while 30% of voting machines did not work on the first day of the vote, according to the Observer on the group. Millions of people waited for hours before they were able to vote, while some gave up and went home. The opposition said the problem were part of the deliberate plan to allow the results to be rigged in favor of Mr. Tshisekedi, who is 60 years of age. Several of the main challengers have called for protests after Sunday's announcement, and I quote what they say. They say that we call on our people to take on the street a month after the proclamation of the electoral fraud. The army has been deployed in various parts of the capital, Kinshasa, to prevent any unrest, while Mr. Tshisekedi supporters have taken to the streets to celebrate. The head of the election commission has previously said the opposition candidates wanted new elections because they know they lost, they are bad losers. And elections chief Dennis Kandima acknowledged some irregularities, but insisted that the results reflected the will of the Congolese people. The President Tshisekedi will be sworn in for a second term, that is in 20th of January. And the son of veteran opposition leader and teammate Tshisekedi, the president was first elected in 2019. That followed a poll which some observers, including influential Catholic Church, said was won by former oil executive Martin Fayulu. Well, that is what is happening in DRC Congo. We have the results in that Tshisekedi took away the presidential seat once again. And I think Katie debated on this, and personally I enjoyed the debate where she said they don't want a new puppet already like this. And personally I feel like they could be doing it these methods. I think they're doing it Kagame Museveni way, where they're trying to have a dictator in DRC Congo so that they can have and buy more time before people get to demand for a revolution or before a coup gets to happen. Because again, remember the predicament that happened of a video I shared where, and there was attempted coups after that predicament in Congo, the small Congo, in Chad, and I can't remember the other one, but he did mention DRC Congo, where very soon these countries should be going on a revolution. And I'm looking forward to see if it's really going to happen, because it really should. Because I remember discussing this and sharing a video which explains a lot of things that need to be changed in this Congo. One is the mining center. It needs to be cleared. We should not see people literally enslaved, because that is what it is. Enslaved by the Tesla company, the iPhone company, all these money-making companies that Africa never benefits from. That should stop and should come to an end. So my thought on this and why Tshisekedi has been selected again, because it's not an election. He has been selected again, not by the people, because we need to understand as Africa and as Africans, let alone how they keep on lying to you, all your votes counts, your votes will make a change. We don't control anything. That is just the fact. Be mad. That is the truth. Because majority of us don't like hearing this. Majority of us don't like hearing this. But that is the truth. We don't control none of this. And I feel like DRC Congo is about to have a dictator for the next coming, I don't know how many years. But if they don't wake up, if Africans don't literally help DRC Congo overthrow this seat, or take over a revolution, then wait to keep on posting videos of free Congo, free DRC Congo, free DRC Congo, because nothing is yet to happen. That is my simple thought on it. And of course, the power is from the people, or rather we being the majority, we need to understand that the power is on our hands or in our hands, and something needs to change. He's been in power for the last 5 years and there's nothing is done. So it is up to us as African people, especially from the people of DRC Congo. There's no way you can be celebrating this. I pity. Again, excuse me, I pity the people who are celebrating this, because we tend to forget when it comes to economy, we're suffering the same way. Skid is not going to favor you because you voted for him. Ruto will not favor you because you voted for him. Apparently, actually, to understand that, Ruto just actually, and the government and these people, they raised the taxes of the expressway. Yeah? They have already raised the taxes of express road. I don't know from what to what, but these are loan. Road built under loan, but we're getting heavy taxes on it. A story for another day. I'll not discuss on that. So that is what is happening in DRC Congo right now. And to all the best to all the people of DRC Congo. I hope you wake up very soon enough to realize what is happening. Last but not least, I was to talk about Mali. That was my major focus. And of course, this makes me connect the dots where we also had Burkina Faso 2 weeks ago, letting go of other UN peacekeepers leaving Burkina Faso. Let me get that very quickly. The article. Okay, let me get that. So yeah, that was no. Yeah, so this was should I get the correct article of it, but I can't see it. But yes, we had some UN peacekeepers who did withdraw from Burkina Faso 2 weeks ago. If you guys can remember, I did report on that. Shout out to you, Raphael. Hello to you too. Nice to see you. And also see Lil Skis back. You're saying that I think the whole world needs a revolution. Well, where Africans are included, yes. Where Africans are included, imagine, yes. Highly support on that. I highly support on that. Where Africans are included, it should happen. But they're saying that what happened during the weekend, we saw that also in Mali, there were some peacekeepers who also did withdraw from Mali. And I don't know why they are doing it, as much as I understand, why they are doing it in sequence. They should do it wholly. Like, we should not be having, in January, we had 31 UN peacekeepers withdrawing. In February, we're going to have 40 withdrawing, because that's what the UN Council did say during the 20th of December election in DRC Congo. He said that they're going to withdraw. A few of them withdrew, then the rest are supposed to withdraw this year. This should happen at once. If Africa, we had power, again, this is what I need to understand. Once I say something, it should happen, because I have power. But because we're dealing with people who are selected and don't have power, you can't have a say in your country. This is what you see. The results are. They can dictate for how long they can stay, for how long they're going to be gone, because they always come back. They always go and come back. But I think that the UN peacekeepers are due to finish their withdrawal from Mali. That is on Sunday. That happened on Sunday after a long-running mission lasting a decade. MINSUMA, the multidimensional integrate stabilization mission, that is what it's called. And remember, we did talk about the U.S. operation in Africa, where we had 36 groups of names that are under these missions. If you guys can remember, from those who are with us, with me on YouTube, I shared this on one of the shows. I read an article which included 36, 36 names of how the missions are called. and all that in the agenda in every country. But yes, this is called the MINSUMA, the multidimensional integrated stabilization mission. It began in 2013 after an armed rebellion, but has been asked to leave by the country ruling military government. The UN mission heads said it did a lot but fell below expectations, with some 310 peacekeepers killed. Of course, it's always them first, not the Africans that they terrorize first. Okay, MINSUMA was the UN's second deadliest mission worldwide after Lebanon. And in the summer, Mali told the UN that its 1,200 peacekeepers needed to leave, and the UN Security Council voted to withdraw the mission. UN staff have been living in stages for months. Why are they living in stages? We need them living at once. But they've been living in stages for months with a deadline of 31st of December for full withdrawal. On Friday, local media reported that MINSUMA has handed over control of its last major camps in the northern Timbuktu, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, region, after ahead of the deadline for security reasons. So what I'm understanding is that they have left as a whole. That is in Mali. In Burkina Faso, we still have some left. In Niger, the same. In DRC Congo, the same. So it is super, super crazy. But I'm proud to see this happening, and I'm proud to see the stand that these military juntas have for their people and their country. That is what we need to have. Men who are standing still and saying, I said this should not happen. And this is not going to happen. That is what we need. Enough of Museveni, one time he's withdrawn from AGOA, then he's like, oh, these people have not even been helping us. We pay heavy taxes despite them giving us. Enough of that. Then the next minute is begging. Oh, we're so sorry, Joe Biden, kindly return us back to AGOA and all that. How has the AGOA been helping you? We checked a video which showcased very well. It comes actually to the resources of Africa. 80% of this, or even 100% of it, goes to the Western countries, to the European countries. But what Africa gets out of all this is 15%. And out of 15%, you need to pay heavy taxes. Africans, it's 2024, okay? It's a new year. Again, let us switch our mentalities. It all starts right here. Right here. Stop running away from the country. Stop running away from the continent. Protect and demonstrate and go hard for what is yours. We need this. Enough of seeing our people swimming, hanging on poverty, and always just thinking, when will my turn? It's your turn right now. It's always been our turn. It's just that we've never been told. We've never been educated about the wealth we have in the continent. This is enough. But congratulations to Mali. That is positive to report. I'm not going to lie. That is something positive, and that is what we need the rest of the African countries doing. And I hope actually I don't know, but personally, I see that unity actually might be formed from these three countries. I think these three countries might be the key, or might have opened the door to unity of Africa. If coups actually get to happen in other countries, let's say in Nigeria, in Ghana, then if those military juntas form the unity like we can see so far with these three countries, this is what we're going to call Africa unity. This is the AU itself, not this fake AU we have, where we're going to start trading with each other. Of course, Russia is involved, but we need to be very wary of what Russia's interest is. They might have resources, but there's always something you have that I don't have, so we need to be very careful. That is my closing remark on that. But much love, family. Have an amazing, amazing day. I see Lil Skill says that Kagame has signed a deal with the UK government to deport UK refugees to Rwanda. Imagine, and majority of these people are living under poverty. I'm not sure how many. I've not been in Rwanda on the ground to exercise or see a lot to judge. So I won't judge. We see a lot of positivity when it comes to Rwanda, what the internet displays. The latest incident is where we had Kendrick Lamar was in Rwanda recently, and our very own Aziad was also in Rwanda. So I saw a lot of growth from what she was sharing and all that. So I really hope, I really hope Africans this year, we're not going to see ourselves in the streets anymore. Enough is enough. But much love. Have an amazing rest part of your day. See you guys later on the Black Kings frequency, and of course later on the culture show. Remember, I shall be the DJ for tonight, and of course remember to pull any requests. Yeah, and yeah, see you guys later on the culture show. I shall be with Kamlesh. Asante sana. Once again, I see Samuel on YouTube. Good morning to you too, and of course a happy new year. You're coming in too late, but I hope you shall be checking this on a replay for those who have missed the show and those who've caught me maybe halfway or towards the end of it. Once again, have an amazing day, and let me play your jam. Yes, what's the name again? Comments Ziko Sana. Kindly, okay, thank you for putting it out there. Wazungu wako Ulaya. All right, thank you. Much love, family. See you guys. Mbona uite hivyo? It's an album. Actually, do you have an album? I see it's an... All right. Not an album, really. But let me listen to it and give my review.
The Sapphire Radio.
Monday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The Burkina